It's time to do a deep dive into Zendaya's 7 most complex and emotionally challenging roles of all time. Zendaya is an incredibly talented actress who the world is totally blown away by. There's a reason she was the youngest actress ever to win a Primetime Emmy Award for Outstanding Lead Actress in a Drama Series when she was only 24 years old. Have you personally caught wind of Zendaya in any of these 7 complex and emotionally challenging roles? Let's find out. As a heads up, Zendaya's more lighthearted roles like Casey Undercover, Shake It Up, Frenemies, Smallfoot, and Zapped didn't quite make the cut for this list. First, Euphoria. It's safe to say that Rue Bennett in Euphoria is certainly one of the most complicated characters Zendaya has ever played on camera. Rue is a full-blown drug addict who doesn't know how to get her addiction under control. She puts herself in risky situations and sabotages her own friendships and romantic connections based on her desire to chase the next high. The role heavily touches on how devastating substance abuse issues can be in a young person's life. Second, Challengers. Zendaya starred in Challengers, which was a sports-themed movie that hit theaters in 2024. She successfully took on the complex and challenging role of a young woman named Tashi, stuck in a confusing and messy love triangle dynamic. The passion Tashi has for tennis impacts the way she treats the people she's supposed to love the most, including her husband. The most convoluted detail about Tashi in Challengers is that she harbors romantic feelings for 2 men who also happen to be former best friends. Third, Dune Part 1. Dune Part 1 hit theaters in 2021 with Zendaya as part of the cast lineup. She took on the role of Chani. This role was complex and emotionally challenging despite the fact that she didn't get very much screen time. Zendaya made a lasting impact as Chani with the minimal amount of time she was granted in the last few scenes of the film. Her introduction to Timothée Chalamet's character, Paul, laid the groundwork for their romantic connection in the future. Her presence in Dune Part 1 was a huge draw that made viewers want to return for the sequel. Fourth, Malcolm and Marie. Malcolm and Marie is the Netflix original movie that Zendaya starred in alongside John David Washington. The movie is filmed in black and white from start to finish, telling the story of a Hollywood couple spending an evening together in one place, with loads of emotions to get off their chest. The argument that goes down between Malcolm and Marie is full of passion, and it's extremely tumultuous. Fifth, The Greatest Showman. Zendaya played the character of Anne Wheeler in The Greatest Showman. She was a trapeze performer at a circus in the 19th century. So what exactly made her character so complex and emotionally challenging? The racism she faced, which she feared would get in the way of her love story with a Caucasian man, was heartbreaking to see. Sixth, Spider-Man Far From Home. Spider-Man Far From Home makes this list, but Spider-Man Homecoming does not. That's because the connection between MJ and Peter Parker goes so much deeper in this particular Marvel movie. The most complex and emotionally challenging detail of all for MJ in this movie is that she discovers the truth about Spider-Man's identity, which serves as the base of development for their romantic relationship. Seventh and finally, Dune Part 2. Zendaya might not have had a lot of screen time in Dune Part 1, but she definitely appeared in several more scenes in Dune Part 2. One thing that made the role so complex and emotionally challenging is that Zendaya's character, Chani, had to watch the man she loved choose another woman over her, even though that was the last thing she expected to happen. What do you think of Zendaya's most complex and emotionally challenging roles so far? Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below.